Britain and Ireland. It's time to take part in the ultimate cooking competition. Turning up the heat. 2 expert judges. Professional chef and baking queen, Lorraine Pascal.
Don't let the smile fool you. I'll say it how it is.
And international Michelin-starred chef, Jason Atherton.
I take my food really seriously, and I'm looking for those home cooks who also share that same passion.
And desperate to impress, 12 enthusiastic amateurs.
Oh my God!
Cooking in couples.
We are best friends, live together, we work together, we cook together.
We're neighbours.
He's my hairdresser.
It's region against region.
Welcome to Scotland!
Listen, we're Team Wales, right? We are the best.
Oh, for crying out loud.
First, they'll host supersized dinner parties.
They're not crispy. Becoming some sort of nightmare.
To wow the judges.
To me, the dish is a disappointment.
And their rivals.
I wish I hadn't eaten it, actually.
It's got a game plan.
You see it in his eyes.
Before being put to their limits.
Your kitchens are popped behind you.
Cooking for crowds.
Never cooked this amount of people before. It's insane.
And ultimately, they'll fight for survival in cook-offs against the clock.
If you fail to deliver, you go to sudden death.
Faster, mate, faster, faster, faster.
No.
Partnerships will be pushed to breaking point.
Just cut. Hideous.
As the teams battle it out for a prize of £25,000.
These guys may be home cooks now, but by the end of this competition, I'm expecting restaurant-quality dishes.
And to be crowned the champions of My Kitchen Rules.
The competition is on.
Previously on My Kitchen Rules.
Are you ready for a pasta masterclass?
Steph and Gabby raised the bar with an ambitious Italian menu.
Now, this is one of the hardest pasta dishes on the planet.
I'm distressed.
But some of their food proved hard to swallow.
I found some paper in mine.
Mine's actually swimming in butter.
And round the table, it's turned bitter.
And now I haven't really got a drink.
No, but do you need a drink?
Yeah.
It's the only way. No, I got to disagree.
But a 5-star review from the judges
It's the best I've had in this competition so far.
These donuts are superb, and I would definitely like this recipe.
saw the girls take top spot with 71 points.
The competition has officially been taken up a level.
Currently lying bottom and in danger of elimination, Danny and Kev.
Danny and Kev are fighting for their lives in this competition.
But in the instant restaurant round, there are 3 teams still to cook. The competition continues in the Derby countryside with Team Midlands. Neighbours Duncan and Stuart have chosen a rural retreat to hold their instant restaurant.
I'm terrified. That's how I feel.
I think it's the criticism I'm worried about.
I wouldn't worry about the criticism, because humiliation will come.
Tonight, the boys have something a little different in store for their rival teams and judges Lorraine and Jason.
We are ripping up the rule book a bit, aren't we? Our restaurant is a brand new concept. It's Afro-Saxon food, the fusion of African and British food.
That's great.
What are those?
Gnomes, particularly British. Perhaps we go outside rather than inside, but...
Yeah, by skin. We're neighbours, and we're from the wonderful village of Tyswell.
We're always coming in and out of each other's houses, having a cup of tea. We tend to throw parties, and we've done the food together for that, haven't we?
Using the heel of your palm just to stretch the bread dough out.
I work as the operations manager for the cookery school in the village. It can be quite frustrating sometimes, having to deal with the admin and so on, whereas really I want to be down in the kitchen.
There we go. Keep stretching.
My father was from Ghana. Here we go. I decided that I needed to explore Ghanaian cookery.
Duncan in the kitchen is very random, very creative, but that's not quite my style, is it?
No. Stuart's a planner, he's a strategist. He's very, very ordered. A bit of a control freak.
I have everything planned out, I know where I'm going, and I was a teacher for 15 years, so I've got quite a lot of patience, I hope with you.
You do talk to me like a teacher.
Right, get going.
Are you going to
go? Forwards.
Before they start cooking, the boys to work on their strategy for the shopping.
I think you should push the trolley and only I will allow you to put things in.
Stuart's really precise in everything he does, so I'm thinking this instant restaurant's going to be so precise, everything from the food to the decor.
I like to go up and down every aisle so I know I haven't missed anything.
Oh, you're so anal.
I feel really bad that we don't know what kind of food to expect from the Midland area. Maybe we should have done a bit of research.
I have no idea.
20 mackerel fillets, please. Mackerel is a huge favourite for Ghanaians.
To give the starter a fusion twist, They'll be serving the fish in Derbyshire cake cups with a rhubarb ketchup.
It sounds bonkers. The menu reads bonkers.
Weighing up all three courses, the judges, Jason Atherton and Lorraine Pascal.
Rhubarb ketchup, never had that before. I like it when I see a menu and there's something that I'm not quite sure of and it's not too predictable.
This is a fusion menu, fruit and fruit. It's a gamble, there's no two ways about it.
The rhubarb. Have you seen rhubarb?
No, I've seen rhubarb.
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb's not in season.
You not get rhubarb?
Right.
I'm really sorry.
What? That was our star ingredient for the starter, and without it, we were going to be stuck.
Are we dropping the rhubarb?
I think we need to get it. We've got rhubarb ketchup on menu. Rhubarb.
Yeah, don't make light of it. It's serious. It'll be next to the strawberries. Do you have rhubarb? Rhubarb.
Oh, has he gone off to try and find
I think he's going back to find
Oh, right, okay.
Because it's not out here.
Yeah, it's where it's going to be, isn't it? Oh,
Yes, good man. Good man. Oh, thank you very much. It saved us. Thank you. Yeah.
Rhubarb ketchup rescued.
You got a licence for that, trolley?
No, I haven't. I don't know where I'm going, actually. I said follow
On
me.
to their Afro-Saxon dessert.
Where's it actually come from, this chocolate?
Ghana.
It is?
It is.
It is from Ghana.
You doubt me.
They've called it Danger High Voltage, a chocolate and groundnut sundae with a chili caramel weave.
Love the title, Danger High Voltage. It sounds very simple, but who knows what we're going to get.
Oh, peanut butter while we're here.
Our groundnut element is the thing that makes it stand out.
Do you want smooth or
I think
crunchy?
smooth. Oh, smooth, definitely.
Yeah. And I would like a Ghana cocoa.
That's drinking chocolate.
I know. Oh.
I don't think we've got enough time to faff around. That's drinking chocolate.
Oh.
I just can't bear faffing.
Just choose something quick. It'll be fine.
I put it in. It's all right.
Right. Are you sure?
It's fine.
Don't go whinging later.
No, I won't. Okay. Should we get two?
The rules are simple. Duncan and Stuart can't start cooking until 3 hours before their guests arrive.
Out.
First, back to the dining room for some finishing touches.
Stu-Bo, look what I got.
Wow.
A sauce. Oh, right now.
Where are we going to put it? It's going to go inside, you think? It could fit.
No, I don't want it inside. I want it to have impact.
Not a real one.
Not a real one, no. And
Can you imagine the health and safety implications of a real rhino? in the dining
I
room?
could get one.
I'm going to just sit around so...
Don't pull his ear off.
I won't.
Head down towards the gate.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Right here.
No, the other way.
Oh, right.
There, like that. Ooh, yeah.
Rhino parked.
Oh, here we go.
The countdown kicks off.
Come on, get your apron on.
In 3 hours, the guests will arrive. Duncan Stewart are cooking against the clock.
I'm feeling more nervous than I thought I'd be.
That'd be worse.
I am worried. I don't want to let Stuart down.
Don't spoil the feng shui of my spices. They're all in alphabetical order. I don't think you can put bay leaves before allspice. B before A in the alphabet.
You are so OCD.
Right, so you're going to do the chicken stock.
Yeah.
I'm going to crack on with the oat cakes.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm making my own chicken stock to be the base of jollof rice.
For their main course, the boys are making a jollof-ish rice, featuring Duncan's special seasoning and citrus and raisin spring greens.
Jollof rice, a rice from Ghana, flavoured with vegetables, it can be chicken. It's just packed full of all sorts.
Lots of fresh herbs.
We're really doing our own take on it. That's why we're calling it jollof-ish.
I don't want too much body in there.
The twist is the special seasoning.
Number 10.
Featuring Duncan's special seasoning. When you name something after yourself, it means you've practiced it a lot. It's your speciality. It better be good.
Did you put them in alphabetical order?
Yeah. I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Does
Is
it need
anything missing?
Does it need a little bit more chilli in there?
I love the chilli.
There's a lot of rice to soak it up.
Spice mix sorted.
Think we're on course, Stewie?
I think so, yeah. I think we're okay at the moment.
Time for Duncan to take stock.
That's done now. It's done. I'm going to ring it. Oh, nearly done. I forgot the most important ingredient.
The chicken, perhaps?
That's the one.
While Duncan chucks in the chicken,
What do you do?
Just mixing the oats and the flour and the salt for the oat cakes.
Stuart gets going on the starter.
The Derbyshire oat cake is a bit like a pancake, but it has a more open texture, a bit like a crumpet.
Dare I risk flicking it up in the air to see if I can... Oh, yeah. I'm literally just placing it in the ramekin.
Making it into that cup, holding lots and lots of spicy mackerel is the first introduction to the Afro-Saxon theme.
First batch of oat cakes into the oven. I'm going to leave it for about an hour, actually.
Yeah.
We're going to serve it with the rhubarb ketchup.
Ah, plenty of time.
There's ginger in there, there's onion.
How's it smelling?
Smells great. Oh. The oven's gone off as well.
You serious?
Yeah.
Everything stops. The lights go off. The oven goes off. There's nothing. Nothing at all.
The boys are powerless.
Kidding me?
Nope.
Their Afro-Saxon banquet at risk.
What are we going to do?
I don't know.
In Derbyshire, a power cut has put Duncan and Stewart's fusion food in jeopardy.
The oven's gone off. There's nothing. Nothing at all. Because we need that for the oat cakes, for the onions. We're kind of stuck. My oat cakes, the first time I've got such a perfect batch, they've gone in the oven. And nothing.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I don't know if it could fix. I didn't know when it would be back up again. But the only saving grace of it was the clock stopped ticking.
I think a secret part of hoped it was going to flick back on at 3 hours.
But when power is restored, the clock picks up where it left off.
Got 35 minutes left.
Their guest's arrival is imminent.
Any what?
Any mustard? I've learned.
Well, I'm a bit under pressure at the moment here.
Right.
You're going to have to look for your mustard.
Not where I wanted to be at all.
I feel thrown completely off course. And chopping is never ending. It's just chop, 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 chop.
I'm going to make a whole meal in 30 minutes.
Well, get going with it then.
What do you think I'm doing?
I don't know. I'm painting chocolate on the inside of paper now.
I was desperately trying to multitask and do the painting of the chocolate for the dessert.
Put them in the fridge, let them set, and then peel the paper off.
And flip the Derbyshire oat cakes, and then back to the chocolate, then pour a new oat cake in.
5 minutes, Stu.
Right, go on then. Let's go and get changed.
On their way, and with no idea what's on tonight's menu, the 5 rival teams.
I don't really know what to expect. They haven't really given anything away.
Oh, brilliant. Oat cakes are done.
We're now leading the competition, and we're a little bit nervous that Duncan and Stuart might knock us off the top spot.
1 minute till they're here, Duncan.
I'm losing it here, Stewie.
Why are you losing it?
Because there's 1 minute till they're here.
Bring it on, boys.
3, 2, 1.
They're here! Wakey, wakey.
I don't want to go.
Danny's the only one that can see over.
The guests have arrived. We're not where we want to be. And we just had to go out and greet them.
Hello!
That big painted rhinoceros. Yeah, there was a quite big one, and it was all done modern.
And I was thinking,
Ooh! What is it, like Middle Eastern?
oh my gosh. It looked amazing, but just not what I was expecting whatsoever.
African.
I think all of us were thinking it would be something typically English.
Belly of the sun.
It couldn't have been further removed.
Is it what you were expecting?
Isn't it? How are you getting on, boys?
We're under a little bit of pressure.
We are,
but we've got some drinks for you, so we'll bring the drinks out.
Yes, and welcome, cocktails.
The only bit I think I'm not quite sure on that is there. It doesn't quite fit in, does it?
And also the armour.
The armour.
What's the armour?
African suit of armour. Just didn't have a clue. Yeah.
Ghanaian food.
Meat. Derbyshire.
Meat's Derbyshire. Yeah.
A spicy eccles cake or something like that.
We've got some drinks to start you off here.
Thank you very much.
Here you go.
It's amazing. What's the drink?
Ooh, it is a Cape Town tea cocktail.
Oh, nice.
It really wasn't to my liking at all.
I wanted to hold my nose and drink this. It was just like medicine.
Cough mixture, did you say?
Back in the kitchen,
Judges are going to be here any minute.
the boys are playing catch-up with their rhubarb ketchup.
I'm quite pleased with the consistency.
You
when
are?
take it out of the jars.
It will feel like it's a proper cake.
Yeah, definitely.
That is very nice. I think so. I think it's going to perfectly with the mackerel.
Good.
Just got the right amount of vinegar and the right amount of salt in there.
That's interesting because I didn't put any vinegar in.
Ah, I'm going mad.
About to join the dinner party, the judges.
Jason and I keep harping on about putting their personalities on the plate with the food. And I really think that Duncan and Stuart have done this with their menu.
Baking superstar Lorraine Pascal and Michelin-starred chef Jason Atherton.
I'm just really looking forward to seeing what they do. Is it going to be fusion or is it going to be confusion? Who knows?
Hello.
Come under the umbrellas.
Thank you. I'll go with this one.
Oh, dude.
How are you doing?
Oh, really good.
How's it going?
Stressful.
Hello. So you're looking forward to tonight?
Yes. I don't know if you guessed what we're going for here, but we're Team Afro-Saxon. And this is our own Afro-Saxon cuisine. So we're putting together West African flavours, English food, and creating something new. And we really hope you enjoy it.
Would you like to take a look at your menus now, please?
It's brilliant.
Sounds interesting.
I do the spice, so I'm looking forward to that.
Very creative, so.
Oatcakes. Oats very easily grown in this area.
Philip imparted his knowledge once again. Every time we have something, he's had it or he knows about it or
he's invented it.
And they date back to the 17th century, so they're incorporating Derby into the starter, which is brilliant.
I'm now putting the oatcakes out, and then Duncan's going to start flaking the mackerel when he thinks it's ready. What do you think, Duncan? I think that's ready.
It's okay, I can give it all seasoning.
We'll put a little seasoning on it then.
Well, I think if it doesn't fuse for us as guests, and they're in a lot of trouble, you know, what if it doesn't quite sit right together? And that's a massive risk then, isn't it?
Right, am I putting cornichons in this amount?
Yes, gee, great.
Great. You sure? Because it'll make it soggy.
Yeah.
With the last-minute addition of some grated gherkin, the boys' dish of mackerel and rhubarb ketchup is complete.
Do you know what? This is actually looking better than I even thought it would. This is it. First course of Afro-Saxon ever sorted. Go on, let's go.
Pretty.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, your starter is served.
The teams will have to wait a while longer for their first taste of Afro-Saxon, as the judges are the first to try. They'll score each dish at the end of the night.
all you could hear was crunch, crunch.
Mate, that was a crunch, wasn't it?
Oh, could you hear it? I thought our teeth were all going to come flying out and hit us on the eye.
I started thinking, I'm in trouble here. I'm going to lose a crown.
I'm not overly happy with the oatcakes. They've been in and out of the oven a bit, and so they are quite hard.
Duncan and Stuart, the oatcake is tough. I really struggled to get my knife into it, and I was afraid it was going to, like, ping off the plate. The mackerel, overcooked. I would have maybe liked to see it dressed with something. I know we're eating everything together, but it seemed a little lonely there. And then you've got this kind of tastes like gherkins, yeah? Which are quite sour. So we've kind of got sour, sour and sour.
Got to say, that was completely me. It wasn't Stuart, he argued against.
It's good to listen to it, you know, because the gherkin thing just doesn't make any sense at all why it would sit there.
I feel very guilty about gherkins.
Yeah, but I could have said no, couldn't I? I have said no to about 30 other seasonings in things, haven't I? So I just said no to the gherkins.
I think you're perfectly correct about larb and mackerel being a very good combination of flavours. But fundamentally, to hone your concept, it just missed the mark, you know? I didn't sit there and go, of course it's a mix between African and British cuisine. It's so obvious. It wasn't. Thanks, guys.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Thanks.
I hope you enjoy your starter.
Afro-Saxon's premiere. Much better than I thought it was going to be.
Time for the teams to get their teeth into the starter. They will also be scoring the meal at the end of the night.
God, it was noisy.
Everyone has been critiquing fairly harshly. So if Duncan and Stuart's food is not up to par, I'm sure our teams will mark them accordingly.
The cake I don't get. It's completely tasteless to me. I don't get any flavour from it, so it doesn't work as a dish for me.
I've got, oatcake stuck in my teeth.
Poor.
For me, as a fusion, it doesn't work at all.
The oatcake, I was expecting it to be quite soft, really, like pancake. Had a crunchy texture. There just wasn't really much flavour.
I think Benny and Kev are probably doing a skip and a dance inside because they could see it probably wasn't quite up to even the standard that they'd put out.
I didn't like it, I'm afraid. I found the sauce very bitter.
In their minds, their bags were packed and they were ready to go to the next round.
Very disappointing.
I wasn't gloating about, you know, how it turned out, because I want nice food. That's what I want, and we know how hard it is.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like, there's like a little glimmer. You're thinking, right, OK,
that's the first mistake. Let's hope they get the balance right on their main.
I hope so. They're nice guys, so you want them to do well, really. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's all to do with the food, though, isn't it, really?
Coming up.
That's nearly ready, so we need to move on.
The teams add insult.
I wish I hadn't eaten it, actually.
To injury.
Ah, damn.
Anything that could go wrong has gone wrong.
One, two, three, I'm in touch. Oh well.
The Midlands, neighbours Duncan and Stuart.
That's not great sometimes.
are one course in to their Afro-Saxon feast.
Before the meal started, you said you were all excited. Are you still excited?
No, I'm afraid I'm not. I'm going to go home hungry tonight.
Got the chicken top going in.
Next job for the boys, their jollof shmain, a traditional rice dish with a twist. Duncan's special spice blend.
Right, I'm going to put the special seasoning in.
This is what's going to make the difference between a normal jollof and a jollofish rice.
There's a play on words.
We think it's a play on
Yes,
words. Yeah.
jollof, whatever that is, ish.
They're taking a dish.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
it.
ish. Not quite. So it's that dish ish.
I'm more confused now. I thought it said jolly old fish. I immediately thought jellyfish, and maybe some dried out jellyfish. So I was a little scared because, I mean, it might be nice, but I don't think it would be to my taste.
I'm just going to taste it and see whether it needs a bit more 10 special seasoning. No.
I knew it.
That's really hot. I'm a little worried now with that it's just going to blow the heads off.
Along with their red-hot rice, the boys will be serving citrus and raisin spring greens.
Greens are going to take 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Stuart's trying to lead.
Trying.
Yeah, trying.
You need to get them quick, otherwise this rice is going to be horrible.
Okay.
Whereas Duncan is a bit more like, hey.
Laid back.
So laid back.
Just let it. Don't worry about it.
But Stuart was a headmaster, wasn't he?
He'll just make Duncan stand in the corner.
That's nearly ready, so we need to get a move on.
You should tell me.
I did.
You didn't.
I've got to get on with the desserts.
All right. Ah, damn.
And cut yourself, Ken.
Uh-huh.
Right, let me do the rest of the greens then.
Third time I've cut myself today.
It's only a flesh wound.
You would have thought I'd taken my fingertip off by the amount of blood. And so first aider gave me a purple glove. So I've had to carry on with a purple hand.
And I'm preparing the jollofish rice, and in the back of my head, I know I'm supposed to do the dessert, but I just haven't got a second to do it.
Are you going to be in charge of prawn while I'm plating up everything else?
I can
As soon as
be.
that water boils.
Right.
So this is supposed to be the sun, and around it, we're going to have the rays of the sun with the onions and the king prawns that he's doing now.
You sure the prawns are ready?
Definitely feeling the time pressure now.
It looks good. We've been through trials and Stewie's had to cope on his own, do a lot of this. I'm feeling bad. And he's been grumpy.
Your main course is served.
There was a little bit of a wait between the starter and the main course, but if food is going to be really spectacular, then I don't mind waiting.
Sometimes masterpieces take time.
He's had an accident, that's why it's taken so long.
My heart sank. I knew there'd be troubles, and Duncan had a big blue hand. Obviously, there'd been an accident. I was like, oh no, this hasn't gone well.
At Gabby and Steph's instant restaurant, Lorraine said, I found a piece of paper in this, and I couldn't eat it. And I was waiting for her to say, Duncan and Stuart. I found a finger in my jollof and I couldn't.
I loved it.
Duncan and Stuart. I know the battle of ownership of jollof rice between Nigeria and Ghana. I personally think it's gone in. It's difficult to present a dish like this in a way that's elegant. I think you've achieved it. I think the rice is well cooked. It's just off al dente. These prawns overcooked. The seasoning inside, you just get this kind of hit of chilli. The spring greens have gone a bit khaki, which would suggest they're overcooked.
It needs a little bit more work, boys, if I'm pretty honest. The rice is tasty, but then with that amount of seasoning in it and that amount of ingredients inside it, it should be tasty. I just wanted to see something a little bit more from you guys.
Obviously, there's the roasted onions, but where else is Saxon in this dish?
Well, the prawns as well. Being an island nation, we've put the prawns in to represent England as well.
OK, I'll let you off. Thank you very much. So please enjoy your jollofish rice.
Can't believe the rice was well cooked.
And I don't think either of them got my fingertip.
That's quite spicy. I couldn't believe we'd waited this long for what we received in the end. It was really, really disappointing.
Very spicy, although the spices tasted very powdery.
There wasn't much flavour in it. No. You know, you're trying to eat it, and I was waiting for this thing and...
Bland. What they've cooked hasn't worked.
I love spicy food, but I like to taste it as well.
The prawns in their shell seem to be a bit of an afterthought that didn't quite work out.
I wish I hadn't eaten it, actually.
To say I wish I'd ate it, there's nicer ways of saying it, I think, really.
Yeah.
You know, I
We're
think
there to taste it and give opinion, not wish you never ate it.
Who do you think the harshest critic is around the table?
There must have been about 10 pairs of eyes looking at me.
Philip.
I think, Philip, you're probably the hardest.
Philip is quite harsh.
I was quite proud of it, I must be honest. yeah, I've worked hard on that.
I say it as I see it, and I'm not afraid to do that.
We can't wait till your night, Mr. Prince Philip.
Well, I think that they're expecting the absolute very best because you've bigged us up so much. But even though he's put us up on that pedestal, I still think that we can pull it off.
So let's move on to dessert.
I think they'll try, but I don't think they'll succeed.
Why?
They haven't in the first two courses.
Because I was doing all the stuff for the main, I haven't had a chance to do dessert. I think we're just going to have to see what we can do.
Originally on the menu, Danger High Voltage.
Just whip the cream up, guys.
A chocolate and ground nut sundae,
This is going to be a peanut butter mousse.
which the boys had planned to serve with a chili and caramel lattice.
Duncan, I think the other thing is we're just going to have to abandon the caramel lattice.
Too difficult to do now.
Well, I haven't got time.
So let's remember what the title is. Danger High
Danger
Voltage.
High Voltage.
So what we do have is my spice.
You sure? Yeah, we have got some. Try it.
To put the danger back to their high voltage dessert, the boys tried peppering their peanut butter with Duncan's special spice blend.
No, it's too savoury. No, that's
Too
not right
savoury.
at all.
Okay. Well, at least it's got garlic in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's not right.
I don't see where there's room to go wrong with this dessert, and I hope I'm right.
We haven't got ground ginger, have we?
We began to look through our spices and...
It's a good job I put them in order then, isn't it?
It is. I put the ginger in.
Yep.
Do you want us to try?
That's going to work, but it needs a bit more.
Okay.
I think we've kind of got to get something out there for them, haven't we?
Yeah.
Coming up,
Hideous.
for Duncan and Stuart, there's nowhere to hide.
I don't think this is what was on the menu.
Definitely wasn't going back for a second taste.
At Duncan and Stuart's instant restaurant,
I'm just putting the shard on first of all.
after 2 courses of fusion failure, all hopes are pinned on their final creation, the dessert.
So, oh, they're just, it's just going all wrong here. It was a nice idea. Hideous. Hideous. It's, Duncan, I just got to give it to them. There's nothing I can do. We needed to get something out there, but had nothing to offer. Oh, I think you must split this.
Really?
Yeah.
Too much?
Yeah, just going to have to go out like that. Right, get a dollop, put on each of those plates. No, not in the centre, in the centre of the plate.
So we've gone for 3, I like to use the technical term, blobs on a plate to give people a taste of each of those flavours.
This is a collapsed sundae. They're going to get a dessert. We've given them something. Dessert is served.
Oh, dessert time. You could tell the disappointment in their faces.
Thank you very much.
You might spot we've had a bit of a disaster.
It's a disaster.
These boys are lovely boys, and they've tried so hard to get something right. But unfortunately, they got it so wrong. Stuart and Duncan, dessert. I don't think this is what was on the menu. Can you tell me what happened?
We've had a catalogue of errors all through the day. Ovens have gone, Duncan's cut his finger.
So can you just talk me through what we actually have for dessert?
You have a dog's dinner of kind of chocolate sauce with a kind of peanut butter sauce and some cream.
So I'll start off with the cream. Obviously, it's way over whisked. Sometimes you can bring cream back by adding a little bit of milk, but I think yours may have been a bit too far gone. I'm not keen on this peanut butter element.
We wanted to try and get the high voltage element in there, so we put some ginger in that one as well.
The thing is, when you make something and you're trying to start doctoring flavours, you're better off throwing it in the dustbin starting again. Because the minute you start trying to doctor something, it becomes even worse, because then you're trying to mask flavour on top of flavour on top of flavour.
Are you happy with the way this tastes?
No.
So, number 1 rule, if you don't like it, do not put it on the plate. I like the chocolate. I think it's very tasty. If we just have 1 chocolate cup here with the chocolate sauce in, fine.
At the end of the day, you put something in front of us, we were sat here waiting and we got something. So, well done you. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, guys, tuck in.
This is rubbish. This just shouldn't have been put on the plate.
They've just had the worst evening that could ever possibly happen.
I think if they'd incorporated chilli with the chocolate, as off the menu, then it would have been better.
It was mixed emotions for me. I felt really, really heartbroken for them, but I was elated. You know, I thought we might have a chance here.
I think the potential was there, but it's perhaps too many things went wrong for them on this occasion. They just haven't managed it.
We knew that this was going to be a risk, you know, and
we didn't cook Italian, we didn't cook Thai, we cooked Duncan and Stewart's own brand.
Yeah.
But high voltage is off the menu from now on.
It's time for the teams to give their verdicts on Duncan and Stewart's Afro-Saxon fusion menu.
The starter, no, I didn't like it.
That cup, that was like just so hard.
It was too much hard work. I couldn't be bothered.
I looked at that plate and I went, this is boring. The main course, fusion number 2, right? Again? Didn't work.
I think it was too hot. The spices were too hot. The prawns should have been dressed.
Dessert, I think they made a really critical mistake of serving that cream that was clotted. It was almost like butter.
When I tasted the peanut, I definitely wasn't going back a second taste.
They call it high voltage, I call it a power cut.
Each team will now score the meal out of 10.
They built it all up to be something really great and unique and new. It just didn't work for me, Philip. It just didn't on every level.
My score is a 2.
My score's a 2, though.
So together we're a 2.
Yeah.
We'd love to give boys... Not love to. Like to give the boys a 4.
Yeah. We invented that from scratch, so we've got to take that into account. They put so much into it. But because it wasn't executed well, I think we'll have to give them a 5. It was just average.
Yeah.
Danny and Kev put up a better meal than we had tonight.
Yeah.
So on the basis that we scored them 4, I think we can only go lower. I think a 3 is fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I was in 1. I thought 2, but that was only up to, like, the main course.
We'll just go 1.
1.
Yeah?
1.
With the team's marks totalled, Duncan Stewart must face the music.
The guest teams have given you a combined score of 15 out of 50.
Duncan and Stewart, the total score you need to beat to stay out of danger is Danny and Kev's 60.
At the end of the day, the food was rubbish. Ours was much better. You know, and we should be well safe, but I'm not going to count my chicken. No.
Now it's our turn. We are going to score each dish out of 10. Your starter, Derbyshire Oatcake Cup. I was excited because I actually haven't had them before, but I really struggled to get my knife into it. The gherkin inside was bizarre. For that, I'm going to give you a 4.
It's very, very crucial. The logic behind every dish is thought through correctly. And with that starter, that didn't really happen. You can't change things last minute and start replacing things with gherkins and this and that. So, I'm going to give you a 5. Your main course, it was just all over the shop. We're here to unearth the best amateur cooks in Britain and Ireland, and that dish didn't live up to that. I'm going to give you a score of 4.
I feel that it became somewhat of a fussy dish. If you just served us the jollof rice, it could have been incredible. Not the onions, not the prawns. So, for your main, I give you a 5. And now, for your dessert. Everything pretty much went wrong, on every level, everywhere, with every element. You could have thrown the towel in, came in here and just said, sorry guys, there's no dessert. But you didn't. You kept on fighting. And I really admire that. So, this is with a heavy heart. I'm going to give you a 3.
Stuart, when you came in here to apologise for the dessert you put down, that took guts. I've seen today flashes that you guys can cook. You just had a bad day. And even people in my position, who has one of the best restaurants in the country, still has bad days. But you've got to pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and come back bigger and stronger. And you guys can do that, for sure. It like Lorraine, breaks my heart, but unfortunately, for your dessert, I give you also a 3.
That gives you a total score of 39.
Which means Duncan and Stuart replace Danny and Kev in last place. And now there are only 2 teams left to cook. At the end of the instant restaurant round, the team with the lowest score will be eliminated.
I am sad at the thought of, you know, we're at the bottom of the leaderboard, but I do feel a sense of pride. I do. In what we've created.
Perhaps the world isn't ready for Afro-Saxon yet. We've given it a good shot, haven't we?
Yeah.
Next time.
We've got the expertise, we've got the knowledge. Philip's talked himself up.
Standard of the food's got to be high.
After all the talk,
They should all be given to the judges because they're all amazing.
Emma and Philip must walk the walk.
You can't just be strutting a bit like a big peacock.
I've got a problem with the pork. It's frozen.
It's easily sorted.
I'm not in agreement with that right now.
Really cringeworthy.